Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, let's talk about how to trigger in avoidance devotion towards you. Okay. The first one is be more willing to hear their reality and their perspective rather than correcting them on what you think is healthy. Okay. So that was a little long. And so let's give an example to help add clarification. Okay. So let's say we have a dismissive avoidant male and he has pulled away in the bedroom. Okay. Pretty common. Okay. He wants to wait until there's less pressure. He feels like the pressure is a little too much. It's making him not really want to engage in that way. And his partner, let's say she's a female and she's anxious, preoccupied. She's thinking, well, why can't we just do it anyways? Why can't we just prioritize it so that we don't lose this connection? Okay. She thinks that maybe if they schedule it or maybe they just try and do it, whatever it is, at least then they can have that connection. And he thinks, but it's not authentic. It's not how I feel. It's hard for me to even perform because I don't feel engaged in that. Okay. And she thinks, but how much longer am I going to wait? Let's say it's been 8 months and her fear in this relationship is that they're going to be in a relationship that doesn't have intimacy in the bedroom. That's her fear. And so she keeps bringing it up and bringing it up even further. And she keeps saying, no, that's not the right way. There's something wrong with you. We need to go ahead and lean into this. And she's right to some extent, but she's saying it in the wrong way. But at the same time, it's also just a perception. In his mind, he thinks, I feel that I really can do this, but I just need the pressure off. And she's saying, I don't know if I can trust you because you're very disengaged in this relationship anyways. And I've known you and we've been together for X amount of years. And if this was something that could happen, it wouldn't be an issue. You don't know how to fix it. That's her mind, right? And his mind is, now that I know it's an issue, give me time to correct it my way. So don't give me pressure. Let me do it when I'm ready. Let me introduce it back. Just give me space, give me time, and I promise it'll happen. But in his mind, he's afraid to say it'll happen someday because he doesn't want to disappoint her. And so what is the idea of this, okay? Just hear their perspective. Maybe meet in the middle. He wants to take the foot off the gas for a little bit. Okay, take the foot off the gas. Let him take his time, his space, and then re-talk about it another time, okay? That's all he's actually asking for, and it really helps. This is one of the best ways for people to be reintroduced in the bedroom anyways when it comes to avoidance, okay? This can really help them be devoted to you because a lot of them don't feel this way. If you ask a lot of avoidants, a lot of them who pulled away in the bedroom, some of them, they lost relationships because of this, or it ended up being the reason that the relationship overall dissolved, one of the main reasons. And so you being comfortable accepting their lack of showing up, at least at one point, right? Because when avoidants fall in love, this is one of the first things that can really start disappearing, honestly, because it's very vulnerable and they have their own discomfort with their own bodies. And it's not in a physical sense. It's like avoidants are so used to framing things from a black and white perspective, and being intimate with someone you love is a very vulnerable thing. You're in a lot of different, if you're a lady, you're going to be in a lot of, unique situations, whatever it is. And so it's very vulnerable. And if you're a man, you have to show up and complete the situation, whatever it is. I don't even know I can't talk about it on YouTube. You guys get it, I hope, a little bit. And so there's a lot of fears, particularly with this. And so when you are the person who can let them do what they need to do, you become somebody that they're immediately devoted to, because a lot of people do not experience, a lot of avoidants don't experience this, that they're understood for what they're saying, because they know it's a big ask. But you understanding that, even if you can't fully understand it right away, or you still are asking every now and again, as long as you're a little bit more patient with them, that'll really help, okay? The next one is you actually manage your reactions to a piece of truth that they share with you within reason, okay? Because sometimes things are just upsetting and overwhelming. But let's say they tell you they canceled on you, and it's not something they typically do. Manage your reaction. I'm disappointed. I wish that we could hang out. I hope that you'll reschedule. Right? Something along those lines. Instead of crashing out completely, getting really upset, feeling like they don't love you, feeling like they don't care about you, re-asking multiple times, are they going to cancel again? I understand you might feel like that, and probably within your right. It's really hard being in a relationship with avoidant. I understand that. However, managing your reactions can make that difficult relationship that you have with an avoidant so much easier. I know it doesn't feel easy at first because you feel like you're letting go of some power that you have. You feel like you're not going to get your needs met. And you're right to some extent, you won't right away. However, you letting go of the fixation of you not getting your needs met will actually help you probably get your needs met. I know it sounds backwards, but it is really true. The more you hold on to trying to get your needs met, the more your partner feels pressure around those things, whatever it is, right? And a lot of anxious, preoccupied, particularly, are really focused on their needs because they're used to not getting their needs met from their childhood. And so actually, you think your partner doesn't care about your needs because they don't meet them, but in actuality, it's because you grip so hard on your needs that they feel that pressure. And so they're just avoiding the pressure. If the pressure was elsewhere, they would avoid that. Right? And so because you have that pressure around your needs, they feel that way. So if you can reduce some of that pressure, manage your reactions a little bit, they actually are going to be much more comfortable stepping closer to your needs and giving it a shot, okay? Because what happens is a lot of anxious, preoccupied, especially, you guys, when you're disappointed, it really hurts because you're so used to, you almost anticipate your needs not getting met. And so when you feel that disappointment, you think, okay, this is proof he or she doesn't like me. This means that I'm never going to be loved. This is a sign, right? And you jump to all these conclusions. I read it in the comments. Sometimes you're like, he didn't answer this or he didn't text me this. We haven't been talking. I'm waiting for him to reach out. Does it mean that he's doing this? What does this mean? And then you might comment the next couple videos later. You're like, hey, it's all good, which is, I'm so happy for you that it's all good. But see, what happened was you were worried about something and you had some sort of reaction that was probably based partly on your misinterpretation of what actually happened. And so you do that with pieces of truth as well. So managing your reactions to something your partner says within reason can really help them activate that devotion, okay? The next one is you want to be comfortable knowing that an avoidant will probably make time to make a decision. More common than not, especially dismissive avoidant males, but in general, avoidants in general, fearful and dismissive, more common with dismissive avoidant males, they take more time to make a decision. Not just commitment, it's also buying a house. I've told you this before, also buying that car. It's also what Christmas tree they're going to put up. You would be surprised how actual this is. Check with the avoidant in your life. You're going to see they take a little longer to make a decision, okay? Usually, a lot of them are actually, it's hard to explain. Avoidance can come across very risk-leaning. A lot of them are okay with making big decisions, right? Starting a business from scratch, doing certain things, whatever it is, a lot of risks. I myself have taken a lot of risks. You guys don't need to know about stuff like that, but in general, I'm saying like a lot of avoidants are okay with taking certain types of risks, but when it comes to a commitment type of risk, it sounds kind of strange. Like a decision that they're going to be stuck with for a while. Like financial risks, they're a little bit more comfortable taking because they feel in control of their finances. It's really hard to explain, actually. Like I realize a lot of you guys will have questions on this. Certain things that feel more like they can't change it or they're going to have to be stuck with it. I don't know how to explain it. Like the Christmas tree that you choose is going to be the one that you're going to have this year. Like if you keep changing it, that means that you're indecisive and you're weak. But if you keep changing your job, it means that you're picking opportunities. So it's like a different narrative. And so with a decision where they're afraid they might fail if they change that decision, hopefully this makes sense. If not, I'll make another video on it. That's the type of decision that they take a long time with. And so being a little bit more aware that avoidance will probably they'll take longer to make a decision, helps you to not take it personally. That's all it is. And that'll help avoidants to feel more devoted to you because they feel like they can trust that you understand them, okay? The next one is you take time in between your meetings and your dates to be present with yourself, okay? That doesn't mean you don't text. It just means that you're going to take some time for yourself in between. You guys are not on the phone like 3 hours a day when your date is on Saturday. And maybe you guys see each other twice a week and every day in between that you're on the phone all the time. That can be a little overwhelming. A lot of you guys are not like that. It's just an example. But in general, in between meetings, take some time for yourself. Do what you need to do. I don't know, clean your car, do your hair, whatever you need to do. Feel more comfortable with yourself. And when you're at that meeting or that date, you're more present with them. That's the balance, okay? You're calm, you're relaxed, you're easy to be with, you're happy, within reason, but then you're also on your own or by yourself when time needs to be. Interdependence, balance, okay? The next one is you pick your battles. In general, You're just more particular about what you bring up and when you bring up. It doesn't mean you never bring things up. It just means that you take time to decide when or what you're going to bring up. And the last one is you give time in between bringing up reoccurring issues so that they can rest a little bit. Everyone has issues in the relationship. We were just talking about the bedroom intimacy. Let's say that's your reoccurring issue. Give time before bringing it up again or checking on the progress of it. That's all, okay? So let's summarize. The first one is be more willing to hear their reality and their perspective instead of correcting them about what you think is healthy. The next one is you manage your reactions before they present you and during when they present you a piece of truth, okay? Be comfortable with knowing an avoidant will take time before making certain decisions. The fourth one is in between meetings and date times, take some time for yourself. The fifth one is pick your battles. And the sixth one is take time in between bringing up reoccurring issues. I hope this video was helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.